Big Z Reviews. Jack Ryan is a Amazon Prime TV show that just had its second season a little bit ago release, and it's an interesting show that's a little bit goofy at times.
What's the most major threat on the world stage? Venezuela is the single greatest resource of oil on the planet. So, why is this country in the midst of one of the greatest humanitarian crises in history?
Your concern is that the Russians are secretly selling weapons to Venezuela?
It would fit a pattern.
So this review will mainly be about the second season. I actually reviewed the first season, but I don't think I ever actually uploaded it for some reason or another. So I might, if it's not horrible, might splice in bits of the old review as well. So Jack Ryan is kind of like the poor man's American version of James Bond. Like they've been portrayed by many different men, many different actors. And a lot of times they're not like continuously. It's like they take one of his books and they do a story out of it, like Red October, and they did it. They actually did one relatively recently and it was kind of forgettable. But I mean, this probably might be one of my favorite renditions of him. Like I like how they really kind of, you get a lot of this character. You know, he's like an analyst, but then he's kind of pulled into this world of a secret agent, you know, by his boss because he has these ideas about the next, you know, Osama bin Laden. You know, the next guy is going to become a really bad terrorist. And then I liked a lot of what they did with it. You know, I really liked John Krasinski as his character, and I liked the supporting cast. And I liked what they did with, you know, the main villain. You got to see a lot about him, and you know, and his family, and what, you know, if they think, you know, what he's doing is wrong. And I liked a lot of stuff they did. And I mean, it's really thrilling when it goes on to it. It's a very entertaining, a very thrilling show. I couldn't help but think at a certain point, like towards the end, like some of the villain characters are able to like go through all these different countries like that, and with no problems, they're able to get, you know, to get into America, to where they can blow shit up and cause terror. And it's like, yeah, that's not very realistic. But then that's him, you know, stuff like that has to happen for the plot to move forward. But I couldn't help but like, I don't know about that. But I mean, everything they did, it was really entertaining. I hope they do another season of it. And then now in the second season, he's all in Venezuela, and then he's again with Wendell Pierce playing James Greer, and this time he's. Originally, the first season was just like kind of like, you know, a terrorist, you know, the common terrorist thing, but this one is like he's kind of overthrowing a government, and I mean it's a little on the nose too, because I mean Venezuela just had this. I mean, it's still kind of in the midst of the shenanigans with the election where like the one guy was supported by the U.S. and he apparently won, but the guy that lost, that's not approved by the U.S., like he is not leaving power, and it's still, I think it's still ongoing. Like this, like I think the guy that thinks won is supported by the U.S. I don't know if he fled the country, or there's a lot of shenanigans going on in Venezuela, and to make a show about it, that where like John Krasinski goes in there. And I mean, at one point, like I don't want to spoil it, but towards the end, he like storms the palace, and it's like, geez, you're kind of overthrowing your government here. Whew. it's a little much. Like, but I mean, I liked it though. I liked the show. I like John Krasinski as Jack Ryan, and I mean, and the action is pretty good. And I mean, the storyline is interesting, and there's like in this scene too, there's like an assassin that he's going after, but he originally is going over there with a senator. He's like he's not an agent anymore. He's working with the senator, but then the senator is killed, so now he needs to become a badass agent again. But like there's also like this other agent there, Naomi Rapace. She's really really good in this, and I mean, there's just. I think the main guy, the assassin, is Jordi Mullah, and it is there's stuff like there's intrigue and shenanigans and there's a lot of stuff that's it's really good, but it's just at the same time I keep thinking like, man, this you're a little too real. Like at least the other one is just some terrorist that it might be similar to other terrorists, but this is like a real kind of thing that's they're using the real life horrible things going on in Venezuela to make a show out of it. I almost find it kind of questionable in the ethics of it. I don't know. I mean, it's a good show, but ooh, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I would recommend it though. It's a fun show. It's it's crime, not crime thriller, but spy thriller. It's a good spy thriller TV show. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. But thanks for watching. You guys be playing from my head and subscribe to the Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z TV show review. Thanks for watching.